our next problem is sum of first and natural numbers. Now there are two ways of solving this problem, but we will going to tackle it one by one. Let's delete this title first and try to get the very basic intuition, very basic logic that we have. So let's say the number is 5. The number is 5 and we will need to calculate 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. Okay. And what is the basic logic that we get? Think about it. Okay. What we can do, the first sum, that is, we don't have any number right now. So the sum is 0. Okay. The sum is 0. What we will do, we will pick these numbers one by one. So we picked 1 first. So 0 plus 1 will be 1. Then we will pick 2. So 1 plus 2 will be 3. Then 3 plus 3 will be 6. 6 plus 4 will be 10. And at final, 10 plus 5 will be 15. The summation will be 15. So we will get our answer. What we have done here, we have initialized one variable. So in the coding terms, what we can do, we have initialized one variable to 0. And we are simply picking these numbers one by one and adding it to our original the variable, that is the original number. And at last, after the complete operations are done, we will get the final result as sum. Okay. Now let's try to write the pseudocode for it. So to get that pseudocode here, let's take one variable n equal to 5. Now we have manually defined here, but it can be a user input, and we will define one variable sum which will be equal to 0 for the first time. Okay. Now what we will do, we will run a loop, that is the for loop, from the number, starting number, that is 1 in our case, and ending number n, that is 5 in our case. So let's say int I equal to 1, which is our starting number. The condition is I is less than equal to 5, because we will need to run the loop up to the 5 number, that is the last number, which is including. Okay. And we can do I plus plus. Inside this loop, what we can do, we can simply write sum equal to sum plus I. What we are doing, we are actually adding all the numbers, picking one by one to our actual sum. And we can at last, after the loop completes, we can simply print out the sum, which will be the final result, sum. Okay, now let's head over to the optimized solution. Now what optimized solution is, let's say you have written set of code, set of operations that need to perform by any system. What do you actually want that system to work? It should work as fast as possible. Okay. And to make it more efficient, it should take less time. And that's what we want. That's what everyone wants. Okay. So let's start. Now there is concept that I want you to, understand, which is about arithmetic progression and geometric progression. I know you must have heard this in your school. If you have, then it is completely good. And if you have not, then we will definitely going to talk about it. Okay. Anyway, so arithmetic progression is like the scientists or the mathematicians have analyzed set of patterns in numbers and derived some formulas for us to make our life more easier. And now we are interested in solving the sum of first and natural numbers. So let's say we have number 5 and we want to calculate sum of n natural numbers, that is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. We have talked about usual way that we will pick these numbers one by one, we will add to the variable, and we will get the final answer. Okay, this is cool. But we have formula which is available for any pattern that we have, which is sum of first and natural is n by 2 2a plus n minus 1d. And we will talk about this, and through this formula we will try to derive the formula for calculating this sum of first and natural numbers, and then we will calculate sum. Okay. So what is this n? N is the total numbers present in your complete pattern, because it is starting from a certain number, it is ending at a certain number, and the difference is same, the difference is constant. Some formulas can be derived out of it. So the difference, that is plus 1. So at every step plus 1 is happening. So 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 plus 4, 3 plus 1 is 4, and 4 plus 1 is 5. At every step the difference is 1. So we are getting some pattern out of it. So to predict the next element, what we can do, we can simply add the difference to it, that is 5 plus 1 will be 6. So the next element will be 6. Now this n is the total numbers present in our pattern. Okay, the a, that is a is the starting number. A is the starting number, and in our case it is 1, and D is the difference. D is the difference, and in our case it is also 1. Okay, so let's try to derive our formula for our case. So sum of first n natural numbers will be n by 2. We don't know about n, we know about a, so 2 into 1 plus n minus 1 into 1. So n by 2, 2 into 1 is 2, plus n minus 1 into 1 is n minus 1. So which will be equal to n, 2 minus 1 is 1, so n plus 1. So n into n plus 1 by 2. This is how the formula is derived. So by using this formula, we can get the solution. So our number were 5, the numbers were 5, and we will going to calculate this sum. So sum of first n natural numbers will be n into n plus 1 by 2, as we have derived the formula, which is 5 into 5 plus 1 by 2. So 5 plus 1 is 6, 6 by 2 is 3, so 5 3s are 15. The sum is 15, and we got the logic. Okay, so let's try to write the pseudocode for it. So we have, let's say, number equal to 5, and this number is manually defined, or it can be a user input. So what we can do, we have the formula, so simply we can write the formula. So sum of n equal to n plus 1. Okay, we can write the parenthesis into n divided by 2. Okay, we can write one parenthesis here to make it finally work, but it is completely optional. Okay, and we will get the result. So we at last we can simply print out the result. Okay, so this is the actual pseudocode for it. Now let's try to incorporate this in our actual code. Okay, now let's code this problem, sum of first n natural numbers. So what I did here, I have taken two variables, that is n obviously for the reason we are adding all the elements up to n, right, starting from 1 to n. Then I have declared a sum variable. Okay, then we will talk about first approach. So first approach was basically calculating or picking up each element starting from 1 to n and then adding that number to the sum. Adding that number to the sum value that we have, variable that we have. Okay, we did the same thing, and here we have cout, sum of first and natural number is this is what we are basically printing out the sum. Okay, so sum of first and natural number is sum. Now let's try to execute this code. I will create a problem in CPH Judge, and let's give input 5. So what should be the output? So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, and if you calculate it, it will become 55. Okay, and when I run it, the expected output is, sorry, not 55, it should be 15. Okay, so 1 plus 2 is 3, then 3 plus 3 is 6, 6 plus 4 is 10, and 10 plus 5 is 15. So you will get 15. If you try this, let's say 7, you will get something like 28, because up to 5 it was 15, then you added 7, then you added 6. Okay, so the total sum is 28. So this is how it is working, but the problem here is it is taking big of n time complexity. Okay, so this is the second approach, and sum equal to n into n plus 1 by 2. This was the formula that we have discussed. Okay, by doing this formula, let me comment this out so that it won't create a problem. So if I run the same, it will going to give the same result. It will going to give the same result. Okay, so these are the two approaches. Now it's your time to do the code. Thanks for watching.